The Woolworths Group has been in operation since 1924 and since inception has grown to a large-sized business which delivers a range of services across Australia and New Zealand. All businesses under the Woolworths Group are currently operating in a positive profit position and forecast to continue in a positive position into the foreseeable future. In FY19, Woolworths Group merged all business operations, including liquor, hotels, and gaming, under the one management structure. The board is now looking to demerge Endeavour Drinks and ALH Group and has engaged A&T Rock to critically evaluate the proposal to separate the business and operate as two separate legal entities. Woolworths Group, supply of everyday goods, and the Endeavour Group, Endeavour Drinks and ALH Hotels, or to abandon the proposal and continue to operate the business as is, with the intention to add long-term value to shareholders by increasing the competitiveness of the business. If to proceed, this would create Australia's largest integrated hospitality business with approximately $10 billion of annual sales and an EBITDA of $1 billion.
The demerging of Endure Group is a corporate transformation change where Woolworths will restructure its business to operate the Endure Group separately. The driver for this operational transformation is to allow Woolworths to focus on delivering strong results within its core business operating areas and provide cash flow for future expansion opportunities. To successfully implement the business strategy during a time of change, the management team should be collaborative and consultative when setting direction to unpack sources of resistance and understand the change and associated risks by participating in decision making related to the future and change implementation method. Besides, to better understand their expectations gradually, a quotas change model should be utilized. The demerged asset will likely generate a competitive sales process. Revenue raised through the asset demerger can be reinvested by Woolworths in the expansion of its core businesses in line with the company's growth strategy. To maximize competitive advantage, Woolworths needs to successfully increase long-term shareholder value into the future. Woolworths, to increase its competitive advantage, has chosen to undertake a simplification of its business portfolio. This simplification will increase business competitive advantage by allowing the management team to focus on maximizing value delivery from distinct core business units without the restrictions which can be imposed by a misaligned corporate strategy. The Endure Group, with high market share and stable growth of 5.8% normalized in FY20, fits into the cash cow quadrant of the growth share metric shown in figure 2. Cash cows, as per the logic of the metrics, should be milked forecast to reinvest in further growth opportunities. The demerger of the Endure Group will allow Woolworths to realize the potential of the cash cow and reinvest in investment opportunities that better fit the simplified model. Woolworths Group, through executing the strategy of utilizing generated profit cash cow businesses to invest in further growth options, will ensure for the future sustainability of the group.
The proposed Endeavour Group is operating in a competitive market in the gaming sector. The entertainment-focused business provides an element of risk to Woolworths Group as they do not align with the organisation's core purpose. Being aware of these risks, Woolworths can adjust future activities to reduce the effects. The restructure of Endeavour Drinks and ALH will streamline the existing corporate structure and create one business for the drinks and hospitality businesses. This will ensure the behaviours, practices and structures of Woolworths Group align true with a set vision and culture. As part of the Agile Organisation aim, the F20 strategy was developed to show the planned path forward towards a lean operating model, focusing on the hard S components of McKinsey's 7 model: strategy, structure and systems that would differentiate the organisation from competitors. This critical research has provided the organisation with an understanding of the environment in which it is operating currently, and in an ever-changing VUCA environment, the demerger will allow the flexibility to transform when needed to suit changing environments. Initially, the change initiative will impose restrictions and require resources. However, long term, it will create opportunities. In line with the organisation's agile culture and goal to put customers first, the demerger will allow for a focused provision of core services of food and everyday items in the retail sector. The demerger can provide value to shareholders through removing inefficiencies, align capital assets, leases and contracts, and provide future freedom to pursue other investments. Given's systematic change model denotes having a strategy that will end with a non-complicated, structured operating model, which will align with the organisational goals, but also provides for collaboration, a quicker exchange of information, and consistent customer experience at all stores. Recent impacts to the economy from COVID-19 has shown that to remain profitable during these times, organisations needed to be agile and able to quickly adapt. During these times, Woolworths supermarkets were required to manage the supply and demand of many staple everyday items. Agile organisations have the ability to control their own supply and also have the ability to redeploy its resources when there is demand to both protect its value as well as create new, higher yielding opportunities as they arise.
Restructuring through demerger activities is a popular method for the businesses to enhance competitiveness in a changing and competitive VUCA market. Though only 8 out of 10 deals fail due to poor implementation and execution of change management processes. A SWOT analysis was conducted to assess the potential successes and failures of both options. The SWOT for the demerger option found that some of the key strengths is the ability for the different business groups to operate under focused structures, targeted strategic goals, maximising potential business value. Value-creating demerger activities aimed at focusing a business on delivering simplified core competencies and occurring more frequently. As an example, BHP's recent divestment strategy allowing the company to focus on maximising shareholder value through its 4-pillar strategy. The potential risk of failure for the demerger is driven by activities associated with breaking away from the parent company and becoming a standalone entity. Most of the risk arises from contractual arrangements, licensing to conduct business, integration, and costs of setting up new contracts and services. Further risks arise from the size of the demerger, the implementation timeframe, and unpredicted costs and operational issues. A SWOT analysis of the decision to abandon the demerger found key benefits such as the ability of the company to remain as a diversified and robust business, minimising its risk of failure overall. The company will not be exposed to the inherent risks of demerger failure, including accounting and operational failures, failure to manage people and culture, poor change management focuses, and the misjudgment of economic factors. The business would be able to maintain the operate under the current systems and processes, saving costs from system changeouts. They'll also be able to retain the company's diversity of people, assets, who are experienced within the different niche departments. Some potential failures that may arise from this strategy include the inability to implement specific, targeted goals to maximize value across each business unit. The corporate structure will be complex due to the sheer size and the diversity of the businesses under one group. Not having it as a separate entity will also introduce barriers for Woolworths Group if the company seeks to undertake a portfolio divestment in the future.
In summary, Woolworths Group are midway through a journey of a planned path forward in a change strategy to demerge the two different business structures: supply of food and everyday items, and supply of drinks and hospitality services. The demerger has been evaluated and voted on by the shareholders as a way forward to make Woolworths Group a strong, agile organisation competing in an ever-changing environment.
As there are several obstacles and challenges within the change management process, the following is recommended to ensure the success of the demerger. First, transformational leadership strategies are implemented to ensure the organization has better capacity to cope with rapid changes and difficulties in a VUCA environment. Second, to successfully implement the business strategy during a time of change, the management team should be collaborative and consultative when setting direction. Third, Kota's change model should be utilized to undertake the process of change. Next, McKinsey 7's model is necessary for the planning of the change. An executive management team must adjust the future activities to reduce the effects. Lastly, consideration applied to the change process regarding the size of the demerger, how long it would take to implement, unpredicted costs, and operational issues.